let's say, for example, I wanted to order on a chest X-ray for this one. So, like we're talking about, you actually just can click on orders itself. And this is where it kind of gets a little hairy, like Dr. Goldman was talking about, is, so if I put in chest, again, it gives you multiple different kind of options. So this would be basically a portable, and you also look at the category, because some of these, oh, chest angiography, I want a CTA or something like that, and you think this may be for, a CT scan, but no, it's actually for MR. So you gotta look at what the reasoning is. So this would be a portable chest X-ray. This would be a 2-view chest X-ray. So let's say I wanted to get a 2-view chest X-ray on this patient. You can just hit select, and then you can keep typing whatever you would like to add on from there. Again, this is all lab or imaging studies. And once you're done, again, the required field here, and we're gonna be working on ordering of the reasoning, maybe asthma or chest pain or whatnot. But again, this is another F9 option, as I'm just hitting F9, and you can go through, and for this one, we'll say, oh, he's having chest pain. And again, we're gonna reorder these so that the most common are at the top. And so that's one way that you can do that. So that's another one. If you're within a order set itself, let's just do abdominal pain again here, just for the sake of argument. You can, if you're under the laboratory area, you can actually add just labs here by doing this, and I'll just kind of do your just the lab itself. So if you wanted like I don't know, urine culture, for example, that we wanted to add. So that, so and whenever you do this, make sure you hit select and then done, because if you type in urine and you click on this and you hit done, it does not actually load this in. You actually have to either double click on the order or hit select in order for it to actually get into the patient's record to be done for that. So again, and then you can hit done. Again, so you can do that per section. Again, you have an add, and then this will bring up all the radiology items, so you can do all that as well. So another route that you can do, again, there are 20 ways to kind of do it. So hopefully, again, we're not overdoing it too much. You can also do add more, and you can, just as you can add more orders or order sets or meds and fluids. Again, let's say I wanted to do a nebulizer treatment. So I can actually pull up a whole nother order set, and I can say, let's see here, nebulized treatments here, and it'll look a little bit different when you do it that way, because then you have to go to next set, and you can say, oh, I'd like to give them albuterol 2.5 milligram treatment while we're here as well. And then finally, and then this reflexes the respiratory therapist to be notified. That's basically what that order says. And then finally, and this is how it will look under meds and fluids, is that, again, medications are again, whatever you'd like to give. So even if you want to give a Tylenol suspension, like a liquid, you can do that already as well. You can do, again, and it'll have all your different options, both in the tablet form, or liquid pre-selected, or again, weight-based. You can do that. Now, in terms of, a lot of people have questions about saline boluses on this portion of things. And again, you can also access this as well from just that meds fluids after you get orders. If you're underneath the medication setting right here, and you type in MS, this is actually going to give you just the milligrams, ml per kilograms bolus, because it's just the way that kind of Meditech deciphers it. If you actually want a specific amount, then you go over to fluids, and then you can click this, and then it'll have your mLs per hour, or if you want 1 liter bolus, 2 liter bolus, etc. as well. That would be the main difference, is, again, medications versus fluids for that portion of things.
And can you just show, now this was kind of a way to do it a little bit more piecemeal, one at a time. Could you show that same idea if you were going to do it, to say, through an order set? Therefore, a lot of this stuff would already be pre-populated for you, or make the choices easier for you, maybe?
Sure. So let's see here. let's do. I'll just actually exit out of this. So you're wanting to do like a.
So somebody, like you said, came in and now they came in for abdominal pain and you did all your orders, and now you want to add on a chest X-ray and a 1 liter bolus of saline instead of going to ordinary, just say separate orders individually. Finding that, could you theoretically say go to a chest pain order set and just click on a 1 liter bolus and a chest X-ray, and know that everything could be pre-populated instead of having to do those extra clicks?
Unfortunately, at this point, not adding on just the individual ones is a little bit more difficult if it's not a radiology, because what happens is, like, let's say, like I said, if you're going down the abdominal route and then, and now, by the way, doctor, I forgot to mention to you, I'm having chest pain that's radiating up to your jaw. The chest pain order set has already pre-selected items on it. We're working on a way to undo those pre-selected items, but you pretty much have to unselect each one out, unfortunately, on that one. But
like you said, though, you could still go, if you just want to do radiology, you could go to your radiology orders,
right,
and a set of radiology, and then you don't have to worry about whether it's going to be in the proper form, because that one should be ready to go in the proper form, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So absolutely. And then so just to go through again, just kind of from beginning to end in terms of an abdominal pain type thing. So you could click abdominal pain, and then from there you could say, okay, well, in terms of this, actually, I'm a big fan of amylase. I really like amylase. Let me add that on, and they're on some blood thinners. So again, you got to watch for that little circle to kind of finish with that. So you can add all that, and you can actually add a urine culture, say, if they're having some flank pain or whatnot as well. And again, these red buttons will pop up if you need more information. And then as you scroll down, I'm going to go down to radiology. Again, let's just take the example of maybe of a kidney stone. So then I'm going to order a CT without contrast here. And wait for that circle. And then let's give them a liter of fluid. And then after that liter of fluid, so this is, again, this is a 500 ml, a liter, 2 liters, then 20 cc per kilo, and then this is a maintenance. So let's say I want to give them a liter, and then I want to do a maintenance after that. So that's already there. And again, if you wanted to change this 125 to something else, you just click on the pencil and click, and you can change that order. And then you say, well, I want to give them morphine, and I want to give them, I'm in pain protocol now, and I want to give them Zofran, and boy, that Toradol really seems to work with those kidney stones. I'm going to give them that IV Toradol. So now we're pretty much all done in terms of our orders. You're going to hit done. And now it's going to say, we've got a couple things that we got missing here. We need a little bit more information. So for here, again, like I said, F9 is your biggest friend. So again, most of the time it's either probably going to be a Foley or a clean catch. Most of the time it's going to be clean catch. So just clean catch on that. Okay. And then, I need to put in, why I'm going to do the CT without contrast. So left flank pain, left pain, possible stone or whatever, stone, whatever. And again, in terms of this, we have this on both the without and with, but you don't necessarily have to do none on this one, but this also helps you to decipher if you just want oral and IV, none, and oral. Obviously, it's going to be none, but again, for this one, you don't have to necessarily put that in. And then should be processing. And next is just hitting submit, putting your PIN in, and it takes a little bit. It'll say indexing, filing, PHA for pharmacy, and then it normally takes anywhere from about 20 to 30 seconds. We're trying to improve that speed, but that's then you're pretty much all set from there. And then again, like I said, if you wanted to add a chest x-ray from there, you could go through the order sets, you could go through orders itself and put in chest, you could do meds fluids for a normal saline, or again, if the patient all of a sudden got allergic and needed some Benadryl, or they're itching with that morphine that we gave them, you can just type in good old Benadryl. And if you wanted to do injection, for example, and put in your injection amount that you wanted to put in, and you're all set. So that's kind of the A to Z for at least for that type, for the abdominal pain patient.